Happy New Year's, and ignore the fact that it's like 15 days after January 1st. This is the Deff Head Dice 2013 preview / commitment video. So this is what basically my attempt at showing you guys, my subscribers, what I plan to do for the next year and sort of give you an idea of what to expect. And also by putting on a video, it means I have to do it. So I can't sort of say, the idea bounce around my head, say, gee, it'd be nice if I did that. Now I actually have to do it because I've told you about it. So, and I'd like to take this moment to thank all the subscribers. I'm up to, at the time of this video, almost 450 subscribers in less than a year. So I appreciate all the interest, and I know that I've got a fairly diverse subscriber base because I split my time between Warhammer and Warmachine, as well as whatever else distracts me at the time. I appreciate all your interest, and you're putting up with the if the videos aren't necessarily what you want to watch the first time, you know there's something coming shortly after that'll keep you appeased or keep you happy. So that's part of another reason why this video is to see what I plan on doing over the next little while. So I've broken it down into the two games, so Warmachine and Warhammer, and also talk about a little bit about the battle reports and the painting tutorials as well. So on that note, we'll kick right off. And we're going to look at battle reports. So battle reports seem to be the mainstay of my channel, and I'm going to keep that going throughout 2013. I'm going to try to do a nice split between the Warhammer and the Warmachine. I know the last little while it's been a lot more Warmachine, if only for the fact that finding Warhammer opponents has been a little more difficult. But we'll keep that going. I aim to get about 2 to 4 battle reports out a month. Probably 4 smaller ones or 2 bigger ones. The Warmachine ones right now are much easier to film. They're usually shorter. I can get them edited together in like 2-3 days, among my other responsibilities at home and such. Where the Warhammer ones, because they're typically bigger games, anywhere between 1500 and to 1750 or 1850, those games take a lot more. And I like doing the turn-by-turn ones rather than doing the end-of-turn or step-by-step rather than the end-of-turn summary ones. I prefer those, and I think I enjoy it. And I also learn a lot more out of it that way. So we'll continue to see Warmachine battle reports and Warhammer. So all the Warhammer people, don't worry, I haven't forsaken you. I actually have some interesting news for you in the next section when I start talking about my modeling and my hobbying and such. So, and if you live in the Southern Ontario region, even the Kitchener-Waterloo region, and you want a game, just reach out to me through private message me, or just email me at deffheaddice@gmail.com, and we can wind up getting together a game. Love to play out new people in the area, or even if you're in the Toronto area, or even out in the eastern GTA, the Durham region, let me know as well, because I make my way out there on occasion. So let me know. And if you have any suggestions or recommendations or anything like that, definitely put the comment below. I'd love to hear from people, and let me know what you think I can do to improve the battle reports. And we'll go on to the next section. For anyone who's watched any of the battle reports we've done, you'll recognize these guys. These are my TROLLBLOODS, and I'm hoping throughout the year 2013 I'll be able to bring them from their current state. I shouldn't move the camera like that. Take them from their current state, where I think I've got enough to field probably right around 35-point army, maybe 40 if I stretch it, to a full 50-point list. And ideally, what I like to do is see if I can take them to a couple tournaments, even if just the local ones where I'm doing the 2 lists, either 2 35-point lists or a 2 50-point lists. So this is sort of what we're seeing. So at this point, I do have a few new entries. So just quickly, I've picked up an Earthborn Troll from a buddy of mine, Brian. And then also for Christmas, got a few new things, a couple of new Warcasters, got Borka and Grim Agnes, as well as the Bellow crew, which is from the Minions group. So what we're going to see is over the next few months, we're going to see the Box to Battle TROLLBLOODS series continue, where I'll talk about some of the tactics I picked up, what I've been painting and thoughts, and what I should expand to, because at this point I've got a kind of a rough idea. I've read some things, but sort of put my thoughts out there and have people comment on them. That would be great. And we'll see the continue, and I'll see if I can do a couple tutorials on these guys as well. I'm going to hopefully get some of these guys painted. Like doing some testing on
on the one guy there, and I've been happy with the leather work. And as you can see, there's some of that still needs to be done there as well. Yeah, but the overall, this is the. So I'm hoping it won't be the only thing I'm working on for the Warhammer, Warmachine Hordes universe. I'll also be working on some stuff, which I will show you now. Now, in hindsight, a completely black primed model may not be the best way of showing it, but I have, I'm going to be working a little bit on the CYGNAR. Now, a little bit of history. I actually picked up the CYGNAR box, the starter box, as my very first venture forth into the Warmachine Hordes universe, and was all gung-ho for it, then got sidetracked by these guys. So, but I'm going to go see if I can actually start a small force. I do have a few other things I've purchased for this already. I do have a storm-clad heavy Titan, or heavy Warjack, sorry, not Titan, wrong term. And I've got some trenchers and a few other things as well. So once I've got my TROLLBLOODS to a point where I'm happy with them, and budget allowing, I'm going to continue on with the CYGNAR as well, and check out some of what you can do with those guys. So we're going to see, and also I don't have them handy or be able to pull them out of the box. Last one of the people I play the Warmachine and Warhammer with kindly donated his, from his 2-player Warmachine starter box, he donated me his Minoth starter. So I'm going to paint those up. I've got a few people around here I want to try to convince to play the game, so I'm going to let them use the Minoth or whatever one they want to play. And then after I've had a few battle reports, I'm actually going to give the set away. So the Minoth starter set and the extra that came in the 2-player box set, I'm going to give that away as part of a contest for, I'm not sure when, but sometime throughout this year. Probably something like the 1,000th subscriber on the YouTube channel, or because it's a Wednesday. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do it for, but I'm going to have a contest that way, and just as a thank you for everyone who's been watching it. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure I'm going to do a full box to battle like I've done with the Trolls, but you never know. And I also hope to do some painting tutorials, because I've got a couple ideas on how to paint these guys as well. So on to what else is going to distract me. Now this is my Warhammer 40,000 commitment for 2013, or at least the bulk of it. This is the makings of a 1,850 point Eldar list. Now I've been following the Independent Characters podcast, see the link, and this is their second year of doing a hobby progress challenge, where basically they encourage their listeners to put together an 1,850 point list over a certain time period, and document how things worked out, what they did and such. And last year I enjoyed listening to it, and this year I figured, you know what, I might as well give it a try. So that's what I have in front of me. I took a list that was suggested by another podcast, and I'll throw the link below. I can't remember the actual name of the podcast, but they were looking at the lower tier, and a lot of this is sort of based on what they've suggested. I'm going to fill it out. I have to disclose a little bit. I've been buying Eldar stuff since the late 80s, and I think this is the most painted I've had at any given time, where you look at, there's some Scorpions, I think I have a few other Dire Avengers that are painted as well. But I have a lot of Eldar, and almost none of it is painted or painted past what you see here. So my goal, which I will do videos for, and you'll be able to see what's going on, basically I'm going to take this and have it fully painted. And just a quick review, just to see people. So the list, and I'll have a link to the list as well, or at least the list I'm using on my blog. But I've got 2 squads of Dire Avengers, and you'll notice that these are the old pewter ones. Now I've been suggested by a couple of my colleagues or friends that I should not lick any of them, because they are some of the old lead ones. I've been buying this stuff for a while. I still have some of that. There's some pewter in there as well, but most of it's lead, including a couple of the old Rogue Trooper guys as well. So I've got a Rogue Trooper guy being the Exart, and then I've got one of the old Exarts as well. I do have 2 Farseers, a standard one, and then there's the Necromunda Farseer, which is a proxy for Eldrad. I don't mind the Eldrad model, but I want something a little bit different, so it just makes them stand out. Got a squad of Rangers, striking scorpions, which may or may not stay on the list. Some warp spiders. There we go. Gonna have an annoying squad of jet bikes, and this is 2 of the 6 war walkers I'm going to include. I'm going to see if I can find, if anyone out there in YouTube land knows anyone who's willing to let go some old school walkers at a reasonable price. Just message me and let me know, because I need 6 more of those, and I also need a squad of Harlequins, which I'm going to slowly start picking up over the next few months. So this is the list as it stands at 1850. It's allowed to change through the rules, and again, check the link below to see the rules and regulations for this. You just have to get a completed army by the end of the month, or the end of the year. November 30th is the end date. So I'll keep up, and I think I'll be able to do some video blogs and such on this as well, so you guys can follow it. So that's the Eldar portion. What else am I doing for 40K? So the astute viewers, and by astute I'm not calling you old because you have to be old to know what this is, but I'm calling you astute. My astute viewers will recognize this as Battlefleet Gothic. This was the ship game that they had released late in the late 90s. I think it was 99 when it came out, and they added a few things here and there. This is just a small sampling of my Eldar fleet. A couple of the metal pieces of the one in blue, and then the resin piece that Forge World released afterwards. I'm hoping to get some games, and let's see if there's anyone locally that's playing this. I have to give a tip of the hat to Scary, who is, ironically, he moved away from my local gaming store. I think it was his last game of that store was the week of my very first game. So it was almost a changing of the guard, because I continue to do battle reports there. He had dug into his old box of stuff, Space Marines, because he plays Black Templar and Dark Eldar, and has been working on Dark Eldar and Black Templar for his. It encouraged me to go back and grab my box of stuff, and I'll pull out here without doing too much of a shaky cam, but as you can see, I've got a fair bit of this stuff that I've been sitting in my bits box waiting to be used, and he's encouraged me and inspired me to grab it and see if I can start playing again. And ideally, and I've been mocked by some of my friends for suggesting this, but ideally, if not this year, because it's going to take a bit of, I think you have to find a very special individual or unique or crazy individual to do this, but I would like to do a campaign where you start with the ship-based battles, so these guys to start with, then you move to the rules that Forge World provided, like the boarding action, so you have the internal ship. I would actually use pieces from the old Space Hulk board, because I have all the expansions, so you can do that. So do the ship-to-ship combat or in boarding actions, and then when you hit planetfall, you move to the epic 40K. So do the smaller scale battles, and then from those battles, move to the standard 40K, which I don't have any figures handy for that to show, but basically incorporate those all together and do a nice long campaign that involves all of them. The only thing is I have to find someone who's crazy enough to have owned this stuff as well and this stuff before hitting the 40K, the regular 40K models. So wish me luck.
Okay, this is going to be my painting tutorial section. I have to give a little bit of disclosure. I've been in this hobby for close to, what was it, 88 when I started. So I've been doing this for a while. I've never painted really well. I mean, I only really think my painting's improved in the last year, maybe 2 years, because of the sheer volume of excellent material out there for video tutorials and things online as well. So if you're one of those people that says I can't paint to save my life, I was one of you up until just very recently, and I'm still don't think I'm that much further ahead than most of you are. So, sorry, that sounds kind of egotistical. That was not what I meant. I'm thinking I'm not that much. I still think there's lots of room for improvement, especially when you see a lot of the work being done by a lot of the people on the videos and such. Like obviously you've got Les at Awesome Paint Job, you've got Andrew at Schnauzer Face Minis, things like that. Those guys who do Excellent, excellent work. So I've done a couple painting tutorials, and I've had some compliments on them. And I've started a series. I did and you can see the link for it right here. Is the Khador Drago one, which I'm going to continue on as well. So I'm going to basically, you're not going to get Golden Demon. You're going to get basically tabletop quality tutorials from me until I get a little bit better. But just to sort of put into perspective, there's an excellent line from The Simpsons where Marge decides she wants to help the family by doing piano lessons. So as long as she stays one lesson ahead of the people she's teaching, she'll be fine. That's what I'm doing. I'm learning new techniques, throw them into a video, so I sound like I know what I'm doing, but I'm learning just barely steps ahead of you guys. So we'll go for this bit of a ride and see how it happens. And not everything will be gold, but you know, it'll be fun, and you get you something to watch, and hopefully I can help out and give my suggestions and such, and I can learn new techniques that I can bring to the rest of the community as well. So thanks for watching. So, in conclusion, thanks for watching. This is if you've stayed this far, I'm impressed. I don't know if I would have listened to my voice for as long as you have so far. So as you can see, a lot of stuff I want to do. I'm hoping at the end we'll be able to see the completed work, the completed Eldar, a bigger troll army, some of that CYGNAR stuff being painted up. And I'm also, the one thing I didn't touch on was my orcs. I'm going to keep working on my orcs as well. So I've got a few ideas for that as well. So, and to anyone who's watching this, if you're doing any kind of commitment or you're doing anything that you're trying to complete, comment below, or even better, do a video response. Show me what you want, what you're working on, and show everyone else who watches the channel. That way we can see what people are doing. And I think part of it is if you commit it out into the interwebs and people see it, they want to see you finish it, and that gives you that motivation, saying, you know, I have to do this. So that's part of the reason I'm doing the Eldar with the independent characters hobby progress challenge, is I want a commitment, and then and again it helps me because I can do painting tutorials, I can do tactical tutorials, and I can do battle reports with a brand new army. And hopefully, if the rumors are, the Games Workshop rumors are correct, we'll start seeing some Eldar stuff at the end of the year as well, so I can start throwing a few of those things in as well. So that's it. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I think at this point, if you have any comments, suggestions, I don't want to say corrections, that's part of my my spiel for battle reports, but if you have any comments or suggestions, throw them below. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, I try to keep a feed there. And that's it. So thank you very much for watching.
Welcome to our first Warmachine Hordes Bat Wrap. This is going to be a battle box battle between Khador and TROLLBLOODS. So we'll take a look at the Khador box set. It comes with Commander Scorsha as the Warcaster, and then 2 heavy warjacks, the Destroyer on the right and the Juggernaut on the left. Les picked this up as part of the 2-player box set recently. And my TROLLBLOODS. So the TROLLBLOODS box set comes with Madric Ironhide as the Warlock, and it also comes with 3 light war beasts. So we've got the 2 Impalers, and you'll see just to the left there the Axer as well. And anyone who's watched my Box to Battle series is quite familiar with these guys. And we'll roll to see who goes first. So Les wins the roll off, but opts to have me set up first. So we did this just as a regular 4x4 table, and we've done it just as a straight caster kill. We didn't do any missions just because we didn't want to